Howdy y'all, Christi here, Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am out here in the tomato patch part of the garden. I'm going to be direct sowing some cucumber seeds into this raised bed right here. It currently has some eggplants along the front and some cowpeas down the middle, and then some various basils and marigolds and a couple of zinnias as well. I'm growing cucumbers in the fall because the ones that I grew in the spring did not actually create any sort of cucumbers at all, and I really wanted to have some pickles, some homemade pickles for us to eat. My son Logan absolutely loves pickles, so he's been asking for a long time for me to make some. So I'm giving the fall gardening cucumbers an attempt to see if maybe I can get something pulled out of the garden for him to have some pickles with. So I'm going to be direct sowing two kinds of cucumbers today. The first one is a Chicago pickling cucumber. This is an heirloom variety that is known for its crispness and suitability for pickling and fresh eating. So for some reason I have more cucumbers than I can feasibly make pickles with, then I can start to add them into salads and make tzatziki and a few other things as well. That's my hope. The cucumber itself has a bumpy texture, thin skin, and it is shorter and fatter than typical slicing cucumbers like what you would buy at the grocery store. This variety reaches maturity in 50 to 60 days, so sometime in October we should begin harvesting cucumbers for pickling and eating and all of those fun other things. The Chicago pickling cucumber is a vining variety that benefits from trellising. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a trellis in here. They're just going to run wild, and we're going to hope for the best here. And for this cucumber, you want to harvest it at 2 to 4 inches long for pickling. If you're going to eat it fresh, you can let it get a little bit bigger. The other variety of cucumber that I'm going to be direct sowing into this same bed is going to be Hostinator pickling cucumber. This is a hybrid variety that is great for southern gardeners. It is recommended for spring and fall gardens. This one reaches maturity in 50 days, so by the end of September, we should begin to see cucumbers coming off of those little vines. And it is also a vining plant that benefits from trellising. Again, no trellis in that bed unless I can craft something creative with these T-posts and some twine. Probably not going to happen. The cucumbers on the Hostinator pickling variety are a dark green variety with a slightly bumpy texture. I'm also going to be planting some companion plants with these cucumbers in an effort to reduce pest pressure. One of the pests that cucumbers often battle is cucumber beetles, and the reason why cucumber beetles are a problem is because they carry bacterial wilt, and as they munch on the leaves and what have you, they deposit that bacterial wilt, which then in turn causes the plants to get sick and die. So I already have marigolds planted in this bed, so I'm not going to plant any more. But I am going to plant some dill and some radishes. Both of those supposedly help repel cucumber beetles. The marigolds will also help repel cucumber beetles and other pests, and they attract pollinators, which will be necessary to pollinate the flowers to then create said cucumbers. So now that I have described all of the varieties that I'm going to be putting into this bed, I'm going to flip the camera around, let you guys watch the direct sow process, and I'll call it a day on this video. All right, I am out here at this raised bed. I just wanted to kind of point out where I'm going to be planting things in here, and then we'll carry on with getting the planting done. So at this end, I'm actually going to be planting the Chicago pickling variety, which looks like that, and it's going to have the radishes and the dill planted around it. There is a sort of basically spent dill plant already in here, but I am going to plant some fresh seeds. If there are any other swallowtail butterflies that flutter through here, I would like for them to have a host plant if they still need to deposit eggs. Otherwise, I would like for the dill to help repel the cucumber beetles. So, and you can see the marigolds there that are already growing. We also have basil, which helps repel some pests as well. And then down here at this end, I'm going to be planting the Hostinator pickling. And you can see what that guy looks like. I'm actually going to put it right here. So it's a little bit farther from the end than the Chicago pickling, but this end, you can see a swallowtail crawling there. Sorry, easily distracted by bugs. You can see the dill here that is on this side that is fully mature, bolted out. A lot of seeds have already been generated. It has been a host for swallowtail butterflies 2 times now, as you can see by that caterpillar crawling away there. So again, fresh dill will be planted here along with those white icicle radishes for the cucumber beetle repellent, as well as any other pests that might come to bother the cucumbers. But that's all I have for this video. Relatively quick and painless. There is going to be a ton more fall gardening content coming your way this month, especially as we start seed starting and direct sowing some of the root crops and things. But if you liked today's video and you want to learn more about fall gardening and what crops work well in the fall, please like, subscribe, comment, do all those different YouTube things. Otherwise, until next time, go find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye!